Hi, I'm totally not named Dan, and as you can see, since the last video, I've worked up the courage to finally get a haircut, which shouldn't be anywhere near the big deal that it is, but in these virus-ridden times, you know what it's like. Even leaving the house is scary. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about the Sistermon, who were first introduced in Digimon Collectors, a Japanese-only mobile game, but recently have been causing a bit of a stir again. To talk about them with me, I have my buddy here, Yuna.
Hi. Yeah, Sistermon is a weird card. It's like they keep coming in and out of relevancy with certain things, and every time they come up, the same controversy comes up again and again.
Yep, because while I showed you Blanc and Noir, Noir never really made it here to the UK. Because in all English regions, Bandai Namco of America decided it would be a great idea to replace it with a slightly less controversial, slightly less traditional, non-inspired blue version, Sistermon Ciel. And yeah, Sistermon Ciel had a sword rather than a gun, and had a little bit of a different backstory back in Hacker's Memory, the second Cyber Sleuth game in 2018. But it wasn't really till the card game, till recently, the last sort of month or so, that it became truly relevant to gameplay in any way. Because in the card game, unlike presumably in Hacker's Memory, I can't say for sure because I've not played it, the typing of the Digimon actually matters. So the fact that CL is a data type rather than a virus type is actually referenced by cards, does change gameplay, so they've had to release a bit of errata to fix that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to talk about today.
It's like it comes up in the Hacker's Memory Cyber Sleuth game, but it just do you do a bit more damage or less damage. It's like the types in the RPG are the more like secondary typing to it, and it didn't really change it all that much.
Okay. You want to take a look at the errata?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll pop on over to this screen and give that a go. So yeah, this errata was released on the 8th. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get to that at the time because, well, I had a whole load of other videos that had to come out more urgently. But here we go. The cards below are treated as if they have both the text printed on them as well as the text listed on this page. So first up, we have Sistermon Ciel is now also treated as a card named Sistermon Noir. So it literally has both names, and it's treated as a card with the attributes virus and data. The same goes for the alternative art. I don't know why they felt the need to list the alternative art in the errata, but such is life.
Might be for a rare reason if they release a newer version of the card in like a promo pack or something that has both the names and types. It's saying that the alternate art from the previous set is still the same as the errata.
Well, I mean, it's same card number as the previous one, so it should count as exactly the same card.
True.
But I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put up on screen about here an image of basically the two combined into that errata card, so you can get a good idea of how that would look on an actual card, if they did print that. And then we have the Awakened versions. Now, the Awakened versions won't be out until BT7, so it'll be a little while before you see them and before they matter, but the errata to them is a bit more substantial, because not only do they have different names and different typing, but they also have slightly different text. So Sistermon Ciel Awakened is also treated as Sistermon Noir Awakened, obviously. It's another double name card. And again, it has both the virus and data type, so that's perfectly fine. But we do also have, in addition to the effects listed on the card text, this card is treated as if it has the following effects. On play, you may place one Sistermon Noir from your hand or trash on the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. And on deletion, return one card with Jesmon, Huckmon, or Sistermon in its name other than Sistermon Noir Awakened from your trash to your hand. Are you seeing what this means?
Yeah, it's weird how it's gonna work.
Yeah, because it has these abilities in addition to the abilities that it already had, which are the same thing, except it says CL rather than Noir. So on play, you may now place both a Sistermon Noir and a Sistermon Ciel underneath this Digimon. And on deletion, you may pick up any Jesmon, Huckmon, or Sistermon without Noir in its name, and the same thing without Ciel in its name. Sorry, without Noir Awakened or Ciel Awakened in its name. Now, that doesn't mean that you can pick up a Sistermon Noir with the Sistermon Ciel texted version and a Sistermon Ciel with a Noir texted version, for the simple reason that Sistermon Noir also has Sistermon Ciel as its name now, and vice versa. So you can't pick up the Awakened form with either of those abilities, despite the fact that they reference different names, but what you can do is you can pick up 2 of the regular version on deletion.
Yeah, it's odd.
And then you can digivolve them into the Awakened form again. So, still crazy that it has double the abilities. And if they were to print an errata version of this card, here's a good idea of what it looks like, and you'll see it is almost entirely text. There is next to no art on this render, because there's just not space for it. In fact, I'm amazed that there was space for all the text underneath the Digivolution cost.
It's starting to look a bit like a Yu-Gi-Oh card at this point.
Absolutely, and not just any Yu-Gi-Oh card, one of those,
pendulums.
Yeah, pendulums. I was going to say X, Y, Zs, but it's pendulums that look like that, with the double text boxing.
Yeah.
It's completely absurd.
It's still wild that the effect, you get 2 on deletion effect to it, which just makes the card even better.
Yeah, and it's not as if the Sistermon weren't doing well in tournaments already.
Exactly, isn't it like already, like, even without the BT7, just like, one of the best decks in the game?
Yep.
Now
They're a definite tournament-winning deck. I've seen them a fair bit at locals.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just saying that due to the attribute differences between the two, they're implementing the above ruling to maintain equality in the event of an international tournament, so that the Noir and the CL act the same. Which, sure, but if you just doubled up the names and the typing, it would work that way. The fact that you've doubled up the abilities as well is peculiar and clearly is going to have a knock-on effect that you weren't anticipating.
Yeah, because couldn't it have been changed in such a way of, like, just where it says the Sistermon Noir Awakened and stuff, just put, like, a / Sistermon CL there.
I mean, you could do that, but I don't think you even need to do that, because if they have 2 names and 2 types, what name they look at doesn't matter.
True.
So there was no need for this extra text errata, but somebody making this clearly didn't think it through.
Yeah.
And so yeah, when Sistermon Awakened releases in BT7, it will be broken.
I wonder if we'll get like an emergency errata when they get ruling questions about it with the whole double ability thing.
I'm hoping we'll get an errata for this before it actually releases, because, I mean, as much as I would love to play broken cards, they are broken cards.
Yeah. And it's going to bring up a judge every single time, because they're not going to think it works that way until the judge comes and says, yes, it does.
Yeah. I mean, I know I had to spend like half an hour explaining this to Jota, and Jota just did not believe it, and then read through the entire errata document and went, you know what, it's clearly not meant to work that way, but I can't see any other way to read this ruling. And yeah, that's very much how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Oh, any final thoughts on this?
Just hope it gets somewhat fixed, like with an errata or something, just because it shouldn't work this way.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all for this time then. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you again either here or over on the Twitch channel, where I stream most days of the week, and every first Friday of the month is Digimon. And if you'd like to use these cards yourself, these renders that I've created, you can find all of them along with a few other things over on cutestlink.org, Cutestlink's website, where he hosts his custom UniVersus and other card games, including Digimon cards.
Yep, I'll see you there.
Bye.